everybody, I've created a bag charm compilation video because it's charms, charms, charms. I know they're all the rage right now and it's so fun. They're not in chronological order. You're going to see some unboxings, you're going to see some collection videos, you're going to see some Charlie clips, and you'll see various brands such as Coach, Fossil, Portland Leather Goods, PLG, and some luxe examples such as Gucci and Hermes. You're definitely going to see some changes in the background and also some changes in my hair color along the way. So just put this on in the background as you're doing some chores or just trying to pass the time, and I hope you enjoy. All right, so I wanted to give you an update about this little cute charm here. Maybe you remember this from my Secret Santa unboxing, and I said how that my little boy, he said that it's a llama or an alpaca. Actually, I can't remember. He's very obsessed with both right now. I think it's supposed to be a little doggy or donkey, you know, as like a piñata animal. But several of you in the comments said for sure, like, this is the llama. Yeah, it's super cute. I love the colors in this, and I love how it looks against the dark brown. It really makes that pop. Autumn also sent me this super cute cat charm. It's an ornament, and she sent the ring clip to go along with it. But I wanted to show you how I was experimenting with this. I decided to loop it through the clochette here and let it hang down like this. Is that not the cutest thing? I just love the colors and how they complement each other. I just think that's adorable. So many fun things to try out. So you could try it out with the twilly, try it out with this charm. I mean, it's just so fun. It's like playing dress up with your dolls, you know, when you were younger, to now like dress up your bag and try all these variations. So each of these runway tabbies came with big oversized charms. And the feature that really got my attention was this skull, because it reminded me of McQueen. I thought it was kind of like a cross between Coach and McQueen. And I just thought that was super cool. What I didn't expect though is how weighty this skull is. Like, this is solid. It is super heavy. There's a brown bead on top of the skull. There's like a little leather flower here and a feather. And then of course the dice. Up at the top of the charm, there's a little Coach tag here in metal. I just wanted to mention that the different color options came with different features on the charm. For example, this tan has a little snail, the navy had a flower, and the chalk has a heart. If you have one of these different colorways, let me know if the charm feature is heavy. So it just adds a lot of personality, and it hangs lower than the bag. So some people might not like that, but actually I do, because I think it gives it a lot more visual interest to have it hanging here like this. This charm is on my Louis Vuitton Bel Am PM bag, and it is from the Coach outlet from last year. And for me, this just stays on my bag all year long. Not only is it cute because of the hearts, but it also plays into this red interior for the bag. Here, I'll just show you. You can see that the pockets are lined in this red fabric, which is also on the inside of the bag. So I just like how that all ties in together. And here's another charm that I have on my Triana bag. And this, as you can see, just spells out love vertically. And this is from Strathberry. I got it at the same time that I got this little ace mini here. This is my Willis bag that was made in Hungary, so it was my vintage unicorn bag. And so I've just put on this little heart charm from Coach. I got it secondhand, so I don't know if it was an outlet charm or boutique charm. It looks like an outlet to me because of the tone of hardware. I like this combination of brown and pink and a little bit of beige, a little bit of rose gold in here. I just think it goes so well together. Again, the idea here is to show you that you don't always have to have a red or a pink bag or a bag shaped like a heart or a bag that has, you know, hearts in the print, but you can make anything that you want a Valentine bag. I forgot to say that now I'm showing a heart charm from Portland Leather Goods. We're gonna try it on the vintage Coach Copley. I know I'm not the only one who likes green and pink together. I don't know why this cracks me up so much. Like, in a good way. I think it's like whimsical to have such a big charm here. When I ordered this, I had no idea this was going to be so big. I was like, wow, that's a big heart charm. But now I'm trying to like use it and use it intentionally and have some fun with it. I unboxed this bag not that long ago, a few months ago, and I have really been enjoying it. So as you can see, it's one of the tote bags from Marc Jacobs, but this style is quite unique in that it has a turn lock, and I like that feature so much. This is my MZ Wallace small Metro tote. I've got it paired here with the MZ Wallace gingerbread from last year. I really like the design of this bag in terms of having exterior pockets. It has a pocket here and a pocket here, And also there are 2 pockets here before you even get inside the bag. This is the mini ergo, and I just realized that I forgot to include this charm in my charm collection. It's like a little bracelet, a little charm bracelet. It has this little coach heart here and the horse and carriage here. So the mini ergo is very popular now in terms of shape and design because of the Coachtopia, designing some bags in this shape now. I've also taken this little bag to the zoo with my boys. This is my MZ Wallace Micro Sutton. The color was apple red, and this is an MZ Wallace charm that I have attached here. And sorry if you've heard me say this before, but I love this charm on this bag because it kind of looks out of place. It looks too big for the bag, and I just kind of get a kick out of that. I just think it's really fun. So the Micro Sutton is one of my favorite styles from MZ Wallace. It's so soft and squishy. Okay, and then the last vintage Coach bag to show you today is the Vintage Coach Gracie from the Madison line. It's very squared off and simple lines, but I just think it is so cute and elegant at the same time. So you can see it does have a back pocket here. It's pretty tight, but it's there, it's available. Let me move this little charm out of the way. This is from the Coach outlet from last year. And then it opens up with a turn lock. Now finally getting to the main theme of today's video, which is the new charm that I want to show you, which I think is so cute. So this is a Kate Spade charm, and it's this little bag of peanut M&Ms, which is like squishy. It has some thickness and texture to it. I don't know if you can see that, but like it definitely has some stuffing in there. And then it has these dangly peanut M&Ms here with the multicolor, and that is so fun. I mean, not only do I love peanut M&Ms, but in general, I just really love M&Ms around the holidays. It's just part of our family holiday tradition. My mom and dad would always get my brother and myself a candy cane full of red and green M&Ms. And those candy canes usually had M&M ornaments as the top of those candy canes. So we collected them all throughout the years. Now my mom has given me a bunch that we can put on our tree here. The boys love putting it on our tree because it's a multicolored tree. It has like ornaments they've made from preschool and church, and you know, just very homemade feel. And I love having those M&M ornaments from when I was a kid. You know, they're on my tree that my boys are now decorating. So even though this is not a holiday themed ornament, to me it's very nostalgic and it gives me a lot of great memories. And you know, Kate Spade in general just does great novelty bags, but to have a whole novelty line with jewelry and a bag charm to go with it, I just thought it was great. So when I first saw the advertisement for it, and I almost ordered the bag charm right then and there, but I hesitated. I was like, oh, I have enough bag charms, I probably don't need it. Well, that's still true. But then I saw another video, a relatively new YouTuber. I saw her video, I'll link it below, Pretty in Pink bags. And she unboxed this charm and she put it on her Speedy, and I was like, uh-oh, I should have gotten it. So when I went to look online, it was sold out. Then I went over to the Kate Spade store and asked if they had the charm. They didn't. They said it was already sold out of their store. But the sales associate said, if you want to leave me your contact information, I can call around and see if I can find it somewhere else. I thought to myself, yeah, right, there's probably no chance of that. But I left my name and number with her. And before I got out of the parking lot, she called me and she said, I found your charm. I was like, what? Where? In the store? Because I was getting ready to put it in reverse and come back to our parking place. And she was like, no, it's in New Jersey. So she gave my information to the store in New Jersey and she said, they'll call you. Again, I kind of thought, yeah, right, that's very unlikely to happen. But sure enough, like 10 minutes later, somebody called me from the New Jersey store. And then a few minutes they sent me a link so that I could pay. The order went through and it arrived here a couple days later. So I was a little skeptical, but in this case, it actually worked out and I'm really happy to get it. So like I said, Pretty in Pink's bag, she showed this charm on her Speedy and it looked super cute, but I just wanted to try it on a couple other bags here. I love putting fun charms on vintage Coach bags because, you know, they're just like a blank canvas. They don't have any pattern or texture to them. It's just the leather. So this is my very beaten and worn out court bag in British tan color, but look how fun that is with the charm on here. I think it looks great. And I think it would also look good on a very large tote as well. This is my sack shopping tote. There we go. Isn't that fun there as well? Yeah, I really like it on here. I think this is a good size, even for a larger tote. Okay, just for fun, I wanted to try it on my Speedy as well. Like I said, she showed it on her Speedy and it looked so great. I love this. So I loved it on all the bags that I've showed you, but this may be my favorite. There's just something about the shape and the proportion of the size of the charm against the proportion of the Speedy 25, which I think is perfect. It's so fun. Portland Leather Goods Lola tote. It has this little tassel that I bought separately, but I've just attached this pear charm. This is a Coach pear charm, and I just basically leave this charm on here unless I'm switching it out for my pumpkin charm. You all saw this bag and charm a lot this past summer. This is my Coach Burrow bag, and I put this Tea Rose charm on here by Coach. It's also in the chalk color, and I love this monochromatic look. This little charm is the Takachi Murakami smiley face, and I just picked that up on Amazon. This is the only luxe charm that I have. This is Gucci, the Gucci Girl charm, and I wear her very often here on my Dooney & Bourke Barlow bag. I just like how the brown and black go together. This is a Coach Tea Rose cluster charm here. I have it on my Longchamp mailbox bag, and I love how these colors complement each other. Another Coach charm here. I think this one came from the outlet, but as you can see, it just has red and brown tones together. And this was another outlet charm. This came in two parts. So there is a key that I have attached here to my LV bag. And then the other part of the charm is the lock, and I have it here attached to my Lana bag. This is another Coach outlet charm here. It's like a little bottle cap, and I thought it looked really cute here on this PLG mini tote. Here is a Coach butterfly charm, and I have it attached here on my Dooney & Bourke bag. So you could tell that I like the cluster charms, but I also really like the single tea rose charms. This is a Coach single tea rose charm here. It was from last fall. I've got it here on my PLG raindrop bag. And here's the Rainstorm, which is a little bit of a bigger bag. And so here you can see I've used the tea rose cluster charm. This is from not this year's spring, but last year's spring when Coach was doing those Tiffany blue colored bags. This is the Heritage charm from Coach. It has so many different layers and textures, and it's quite long. As you can see here, it's a little bit longer than this vintage bridal bag, but I really like how that gives some visual interest. This is the cutest charm on the cutest bag, I think. I got this little daisy secondhand, and I took it off the original chain because it was on a silver ball chain, and I just attached it here to the same chain that was on the hang tag. And I love the look of this. I just think it's so cute. By the way, this is my vintage Winnie bag. Here's another Tea Rose charm by Coach. You can see this has a lot more browns and caramel colors in it. It's really pretty for fall. Here's another vintage Coach bag. This is my casino bag, and I have it paired with this charm I got secondhand. It is a Coach charm, and it features a little turn lock here on this flower petal. I just think that is so fun. I have two MZ Wallace charms. These are both leather and really good quality. I'm hoping that they will bring some more out for the holiday season. So as you can see, this is a cute little gingerbread, and this is a snow charm, and I love using this on this little micro satin. I love how out of place it looks because it's so big on this little bag. So just recently you saw me unbox this charm for my Birkin. This is an Hermes Petite H charm, and this is the Magnolia, which is like a little pinwheel. And I also got this Hermes apple charm, also the Petite H collection. And this is a little Valentine's Day charm from the Coach outlet. I really like how it has that little heart and these little other dangly bits here. I got this charm back in the summer, also from the outlet. Seems like I'm noticing I have a lot of outlet charms here, but I think they're really good quality. And as you can see, it's a Sunday, so really fun for the summer. And speaking of summer charms, you know, like I showed you the orange bottle cap charm, they also came out with the same charm in blue. And so I picked it up in this color as well. So I know that the Coach Taxi and Kate Spade, I think, also has a taxi charm out right now. But I have this taxi, which is flat, not the 3D like what they have now. I got this a few years ago, and I like this. I think it's really fun. This was a Coach Disney collaboration a few years back, and my two friends went together and got me this one. I have this Coach cherry charm from the outlet. You can see that it's a little bit translucent. The cherries have a little bit of a pink color and some sparkles. This cherry charm was from the Coach store. It has a deeper red color in the cherries and also has some sparkles in there. This is a good opportunity to point out the differences in the hardware from the charms from the outlet and from the Coach boutique. The charm on the left is from the outlet. It has more of a yellow gold color hardware. The charm on the right is from the boutique, and it has more of a brass toned hardware. Okay, taking a break from Coach now. Here is a fossil charm that I absolutely love because it has movement. All the little pieces here of the cat are independent, and look at the little tail and the back of that charm. It is so, so cute. I'm going to show these two together because they're very similar. They have the same idea. They both have the gunmetal hardware, and they have some contrast and colors, you know, in the details of the flower. This is another Tea Rose charm here. It has the gunmetal hardware, and I love how that looks with these like neutral and creamy color flowers. I think it just gives it a really interesting contrast. As you can see, the flowers are all dark. They're like dark chocolate brown or almost black looking, but the interior of the charms have different color centers. This is kind of on the same theme. They're dark stars, but they're all just a little bit different in the details of them. I showed you the blue and tan butterflies, but these are all with different like shades of burgundy, and I think they're so beautiful. I love all the fun colors in here. I mainly wear this in spring and summer. And so speaking of seasons, I'm going to end the video with a few of my seasonal bag charms. So this of course could go all year round, but it was a Valentine's Day release from Strathberry. I got it the same time I got that Strathberry Cupid bag with bow and arrow theme on it. And I put this little Coach skeleton charm on my Keep All Extra Small in the monogram eclipse. And I love how that looks. I'm tempted to just like leave it on there all year because I just think it's adorable. Okay, and then recently I did a video about this charm. Now just to show you some proportion, this is one of Coach's previous releases, the little bear with the witch outfit. But now you can see like the size difference. Like this is significantly bigger than this, but they actually weigh about the same. I don't know what you call these, like, but they just kind of seem like medallion charms to me. So this is the Coach charm with a train print on it, and it opens it up like this where there's a mirror. We'll finish here with this little Marc Jacobs tote bag. I got this last Christmas at the Coach outlet. I was hoping to get the other one, which was with silver, the silver bear with silver hardware, and it of course would look perfect on this bag. But last year that order was canceled, but I did feel very lucky to get the gold one. I also forgot about this charm in my charm video. I had this bag out down here right beside me, but I did the video, I put it away, and then I didn't realize until the video aired that I had forgotten about this one. So this is my Black Willis with nickel hardware, and ever since I got this charm from the Coach outlet, I've just kept it on this bag because I love the way it looks together. So this is like a black cherry, although it has a little bit of blue tone in it as well. Either way, I just really like how it looks on here, and I also like that it has sparkles. One of the things I enjoy most about vintage Coach is that they're kind of like a blank canvas in terms of decorating or accessorizing. So almost all the bags that I'll show you today, I have some accessory on, and that's really been fun for me to play with, either a charm or a strap or something like that. This is the Casino bag. It's a mini bag. It has this little top handle. I think it is adorably cute. It has the back pocket. I have the strap stored back here. I think this is the color Putty. I don't use this as often just because it's a little bit on the small size, but my favorite feature about it is that it has this little top handle. This is the Monticello bag from the Sheridan collection, and this is the bag that really made me fall in love with accessorizing. I got a new strap for this bag. That's a story that I explained in the video. I pinked it out when I first got it. Now I've moved it into more of a monochromatic look, and I've got my Charlie charm here. And then I knew I had to try the Court bag being the predecessor of the Cassie. And I did a whole video on comparing those two bags. So this is my first Court. I'm saying first because I do anticipate some other colors in my future. And this is in the burgundy color. And I think that it is so pretty. It almost looks brown in some light, and in other light you can really see the red tones come out. So it's kind of like a shade shifter. I'm really pleased with this bag. I love the design, I love how functional it is, and I love how fun it is to put some accessories on here. The reason why I was so excited to find this one, not only because it's a beautiful Willis, but because this bag was made in Hungary. I lived 2 years in Hungary. I've gone back several times. It's the location of my primary research for my career. It just made me so happy to find this bag from Hungary, and to find it like accidentally, you know, just out one day, stopped in to see if they had anything. I just put this little charm on here, stars with a red and brown color, but this dark brown is so versatile. It goes with so many different kinds of accessories. This is the Carousel bag. I think it is so fun because of the unique top handles here. It also comes with a strap if you wanted to wear it on your shoulder or crossbody. And I just think it's a really unique design. I've worn it several times and it's been really fun. I put my taxi charm on here because I was in New York recently, and it just kind of reminds me of that trip. I have two geometric bags. So one is the geometric top handle, and one is the geometric clutch with top handle. So I'll put them here side by side so that you can see. This clutch with top handle is the bag that looks very similar to the current Juno bag, and I discussed that in the video when I went into the store to look at that. I was wearing this bag that day. And this bag is really cool. I love the trapezoid shape of it, and I love how it opens. It's very unusual. It's not the most user-friendly of bags, but I don't mind it when it looks as cool as this. So I've got this accessorized with a Coach metal chain. It has both the brass and the pewter metals on this. And then I decided to put this pink charm on here just to give this bag a little freshness for the summer season. And then I picked up 2 of these mini ergo bags. I think these are the cutest. They are very fun and very functional for me anyway, because I wear them top handle. I showed that in the video where I talked about these bags. And so you can see I've got some little charms on here. This one is jingly jangly, and I realized that when I was watching the playback of the video how much noise it made. But I didn't mind because I thought it looked super cute on there. And every time I see one of these shaped bags on the Coachtopia new release or the Eve bag that Coach just recently made, it just made me so glad that I was able to find these bags when I did. Okay, now we're moving on to the last category of the vintage Coach bags that I have collected over this year. I really fell for the Madison collection. And this is the first bag from that collection that I got. This is the Gracie. It's the smallest, and it just it just made me so like excited and happy to get this bag, and I love setting it out so I can see it. You know, it's not always right here behind me on the display shelf, but it might be somewhere else in my office where I can see it. It has just such a classic design and shape to it. Yeah, and it is pretty small. It's very small to use, but it is usable if you just want a small bag. The size up from the Gracie is the Biltmore, and this is very beautiful and elegant as well. I've been tempted to add more colors to my collection, but I'm trying to, you know, reel it in and get other things to diversify. But I like this bag so much. I think because it looks like a Kelly, it's got that trapezoid classic shape. Now, I did not rein myself in when it came to the Copley, because this is the most user-friendly. Well, I mean, this Biltmore is actually probably the most user-friendly size, but this one I've been using when I want to take some more stuff. Like, for example, a water bottle fits in here so easily, and it has a crossbody strap. If you want to use it, it attaches here on the side. But I loved these Copleys so much that I did get it in 3 colors. So I started with the tangerine, and then I added it in this dark green color, like a forest green. And I put this chain on. This chain was on the summer sale last summer from Coach, and I love how it gives it some more dimension and interest. And then I found this in this like classic brown color, and I thought, I love these bags so much, I should probably have it in a neutral. So I added this one in, and very happy to get it. And I just tied this older scarf here around the handle ends. Okay, we're still going. Are you hanging in there with me? This is my birthday bag. I got it this summer on my birthday at the flagship store in New York, and I have absolutely loved using it this summer. I like the top handles on this bag. I have the tea rose charm on here, and I also have the handbag heels that Alyssa from the Gals Guide sells. And here we go. I've pulled out my pumpkin bag for the fall season. This came in just right before Thanksgiving last year. It was definitely delayed in terms of shipping it out. This is what it looks like without this little charm here, but I just thought maybe I would give it a little extra something. I don't know, I'm still testing it out. I'm so happy that it's fall so that I can use this bag now. And last year, even though I got it really late in the fall season, I got tons of compliments whenever I wore it out. It's just really an eye catcher and conversation starter. Okay, now moving on to the Lana. This is the Lana 23. I am so glad I got this bag. This color, dark stone, just goes with everything. I think it's quite similar to the tube color of Hermes, and when I hear people talking about that color, that's what they say. It just goes with everything. But so does this. Like, it doesn't match, it just goes. I love the design. It's super easy to use by grabbing these top handles, and usually here I just carry it, you know, on my arm, and it's an open design. There's what do I have in here? I have a mask. So I like the open design, but it does have security, so I put my wallet in here. And it's like the best of both in terms of being secure, but also being open and easy to use. I know that we're anxious to see what's in here, or at least I am. So obviously you can see this is from Coach. I was watching this on the website, and it kept saying, coming soon, coming soon, coming soon. So it's a very small item here. So, ooh, and it's hefty. I signed up for Notify Me. You know, there's a place to click on the website if you're watching an item that's not in stock. And sure enough, I got an email when this came back in stock. So right away I went on the website and ordered it. Just soon after I ordered this, they went out of stock. They sold out. So I was really worried that my order would get canceled, but it didn't. It came, and let's see what this looks like. It's bigger than I expected, even through the packaging. Okay. Oh my gosh. Look how cute this is. Okay, let's get it fully unwrapped. Okay, there we go. Now finally all the packaging is off. So look at this pumpkin charm. I know they give dimensions on websites, but I couldn't tell how big or how little this was actually going to be, but this is sizable. Now it has some weight to it, but it's not too heavy. You know, a few weeks back I had that super cool skull charm and that was weighty. This is significant, but it's not too heavy. That is so fun. Okay, so as you can see, it has the brass hardware. It has a little teeny tiny Coach hang tag here in brass as well. All right, so now I'm excited to try this out on some of my bags. So let me show you. Spoiler alert, I'm gonna show you this charm on 2 of my fall themed Coach bags. It's okay, but not really my favorite. Finally, the 3rd bag that I put the charm on is my favorite. So stay tuned to the end of the video to see what I think works best. Okay, so these are the 2 bags that I have been rotating in and out of very frequently over the month of October. So this is the little pumpkin bag, and they have this currently available on Coach now. And this is the Sammy 21. This is a bag that I had hand painted at an artist event last year. Look at that. The art itself actually makes this bag look like it's covered in charms, but you know, I thought I would try this cute pumpkin charm on both of these bags. There is a little hook here under this sangle, I guess you would call it. There's a little hook here where the clochette is hanging and the hang tag. So I thought I might add the pumpkin over here to this area and see if that would work. So it's a little crowded there with all those things, but you know, that is kind of what we're going for now. Just a lot of charms all together. Okay, now let's talk about the little pumpkin bag. So as you can see, I've already been experimenting with charms on this bag. This is not really a charm. It's actually just a pin that I put onto this ball and chain link. I found these on Amazon. This is what the bag looks like plain without any other charms other than the hang tag that came with the bag. Okay, so this is what it looks like here on this bag. The hardware would not fit around the strap of the pumpkin bag, so I added this ring on so I could attach the hardware here to the ring, if that makes sense. It does make the pumpkin hang down a little bit low, but I'm thinking since there's already something going on here, let me add my little flower back and see what that looks like. Okay, yeah, so that's definitely a lot going on there, but I kind of like it too. I'm gonna need to probably remove this keychain since I only plan to use it as a charm. But anyways, a pumpkin hanging on a pumpkin. I mean, that's an overstatement of how much fun fall is, but why not? And there's one more bag that I've been wanting to try this on. This is my Lola bag from Portland Leather Goods. Well, and as you can see here, I just have this pear charm that's wrapped around the tassel. All right, so I think this is super cute. Actually, this may be my favorite because these other bags already have their own personality, their own interest. But here I just have this leather bag, and then I can make it festive for the fall season here with the charms. So I like that a lot. What do you all think? It's bigger than I expected, and I like that because you're not going to miss it. Like when you see this bag, you see the pumpkin or the jack-o'-lantern, I guess, and it really has some presence to it. So I just think it's great. So like I said, I was using this quite a bit in December. I put this little cute reindeer charm on here, this little fluff ball, and I haven't had the heart to take it off yet. So it's still hanging out with me here in the first part of the winter. This is the Farla Gilda in the size mini. And you know, it's in this really pale blue. Oh, Charlie, he just sneezed. I don't know if you heard that. Farla Gilda light pale blue color. And I've put this little winter themed charm on here. You see there's a little snowman here, a little ice skate mitten, and a little snowflake here at the top. Here we've got a fluffy little snowman. I was really drawn to it because it has the little pink pom-pom on the toboggan, and also it came with that little pink hang tag on the charm. So I thought they were really cute together. And I've paired it here with my Longchamp Le Pliage Extra Small with the exaggerated quilts, and this is in the Napa lambskin here. So it's like a little puffball of a bag and a puffball snowman going together, and I think it's so cute. And here you all might recognize this big snowflake. I got this from MZ Wallace last year. It's a metallic silver leather, and I just thought it looked really fun here against my Loewe puzzle bag. And of course it has so much silver hardware with all of these zippers all over it. So I thought it was a really fun pairing. And here's a bag you might remember from my holiday display. This is the Marc Jacobs Turnlock crossbody bag, and I've got it paired here with this older Coach penguin charm. And this is a newer charm in my collection as well. It's a little cascade of snowflakes here. And it's also in silver. It's, oh, Charlie, let go. Oh. Charlie just attacked the next charm I was going to show you. Oh, goodness. I think I was talking about these snowflakes here. So I hope you can see that here. And there's also a teeny tiny little Coach hang tag, yeah, here. So I've got this on my demi bag. This is a little preview. I've been wearing this bag lately because I'm preparing to do a review about it. So stay tuned for more information about this bag. Okay, so let's see if he did any damage. I don't think so anyway. Oh, goodness. He's such a good cat. He rarely goes after, you know, anything of interest. But for some reason, he was really interested in my puffy cherry charm. So now we're moving into the charms that are not necessarily winter themed, but because they're puffy, they just give me warm and cozy vibes. My vintage ballet bag, of course, in the Kelly style here. And I've got it paired with this oversized cherry charm, and they are these little puff balls, and it's so soft. So of course this charm would look great on anything, but I really like this oversized nature on a small mini bag. I got these on Amazon. They have a leather or a faux leather leaf, probably faux, for the price that I paid for it. But I just thought they were so cute. Any of these Amazon charms that I'm showing you today, I'll have them linked below. Is he a lion or a bear? He's so cute. He has this little face surrounded by the mink fur. I think it was, the listing anyway from eBay said that it is a mink trimmed Coach charm. So you can see it has the Coach branding on the back. There's a little hang tag hanging down in his mane, or his fur if he's a bear. I don't know. But anyway, because of the black and brown combination, I decided to put him here on the side of my Tory Burch Lee Radswell bag. The next fluffy fuzzy charm that I'm going to show you is because one of my viewers messaged me that she had a llama charm, and I was like, what, a llama charm? It was on Amazon, so I was able to find one, and I've added it here. If you've watched my channel before, you might have heard me mention that one of my little boys, I have twin boys, they're 7.5 now, one of them is somehow obsessed with llamas and alpacas. I don't know why or how this obsession began, but it's a serious obsession. So when I got this, he was so delighted to see it. And it reminded me of a little snowball. They came in several different colors, and if they're still available, I will link them below. But I am so happy to have found this. And thank you so much to my viewer who alerted me to the llama charms on Amazon. All right, so that leads us into this unboxing. Now, I paid too much for this. I'll be honest with you. I did. But I kept watching it and hoping that it might go on sale. But at the same time, I didn't want to risk not getting it because according to the pictures I saw, it was adorably cute. And it fits this theme of warm and cozy and fuzzy. Let's get into it. This is the first time I've ordered from this company. This is a pretty well-known company to me. I know they make high-end luggage and accessories, and so I'm hoping that the quality of this is very good. It's a nice box. I was just expecting it in bubble wrap. Pull off the sleeve. Let's open it up. Oh my gosh! It is so much bigger than I expected. I read the dimensions, but I did not expect it to be this big. It really caught me by surprise. Okay, let me get it out of the box. Oh, this is adorable. This is adorable. Now, Charlie, I see you looking at this. Okay, yeah, see, Charlie's interested. Okay, Charlie, yeah, I know. Okay, you're down. Let's go down and say hi. Say hi and bye. Yeah. Okay, can you see the little details of the llama face? Look at that. And on both sides, it actually has the branding to me here. And then on the bottom, there are little feet, little alpaca feet. Oh my gosh. It has a very nice connector. It's this kind that has a spring, so like an O spring ring, and then a little to me hang tag hanging down here. So this is adorable. So I can tell right away that for me it was worth paying full price on this because I definitely did not want to miss out on this. So I had to go find a bag to put this on. I didn't expect it to be this big, and so I didn't know which size bag this would work on. And I have chosen to try it here on my Dooney & Bourke large Barlow. Look at him hanging down here on this bag. That's pretty fun. I love a bag charm, but you know, usually they've been kind of smaller in nature, but this is definitely the biggest one that I've gotten. So it looks cute here on the top. It also would probably look really cute hanging on the side. Yeah, look at that. Look at that little llama just, you know, going along for the ride there. When I opened this up, I saw the box Sticky Zoo, and I've seen ads for the company, but I actually never clicked on any ads or looked at their products in detail. So I was so excited to see this in person, and I can say that I love it. It's made out of really good quality leather, and this design is lovely. So as you can see, it's a little daisy here, but I love how it's constructed because the petals are made out of loops of leather. And the way it attaches to a bag is with a long leather loop, and I like that a lot. So I had my Coach Lana here right behind me. It was my bag of the day, and I wanted to show you how it looks on here, and I think it looks great. I love it, Yota. Thank you so much. As you can see, I've already gotten it out and charmed it up a bit, let's say. This is the cash and carry size 22, which means 22 centimeters here at the base. Reminds me a little bit of a tulip bud, and I think that it's so pretty. While I have a close-up here, I'll show you the charms that I've attached to this. It's actually 2 charms that came together, but I kind of like the little mama and baby Murakami flower here. As I'm filming this video, Louis Vuitton is relaunching its Murakami collaboration, and it's a very fun topic for me to follow on YouTube right now. It was a great bag charm year. One of the last bag charm purchases I made last year was of this Kate Spade M&M bag charm. I just think it's so fun and colorful, and I've tried this on several of my bags. It looks great on a lot of different bags, but I think my favorite pairing here is with my Speedy 25. But I think my all-time favorite bag accessory that I bought this year was this charm. This is a heritage charm from Coach. This is the vintage Coach bridal bag. I did a whole video about this. So I just moved this metal hang tag from this bag and attached it actually to this heritage charm. This charm has so many different layers and dangly bits here. So wooden beads, a key, and a little metal feather here. It's just so fun. And this gives a very similar effect of that massive charm that was on the Coach runway bag. The chain tabby, I got the big size 35, and I love the charm with it. But I ended up returning that bag because it was just too heavy for me. So I love having the similar effect of this, you know, multi-layer charm here. So actually that's a good segue into comparing the Plaza bags to more popular styles. So I think that the court bag is much more popular on YouTube anyway, and I think it's just easier to find in general on the, you know, on the reseller secondhand market. So I'll show this bag next to my court. You can see that the court has a rectangle shape. It's got like these squared off corners and makes a really nice rectangle. Here, the Plaza is about the curves. And then we'll end with just a few notes here about the charms. So this is a tea rose cluster charm from Coach. It has, you know, a little bit of a different variation of the pinks in there. And this is the heritage charm, but in the tan color. So it has a little bead, another Coach hang tag, and then like an orange bead here of a different color. And then this longer one here, which has 2 beads and like a looped circle. Then I highly recommend these heritage charms. They attach with a loop so they can be used on almost any style of bag really easily. And I thought a good comparison for the larger Plaza bag would be the Coach City bag. And I forgot to mention here, I've got my butterflies cascading down from the side of the City bag, you know, just trying to spring up my bags a little bit, even on the darker ones. I've got this little cascading snowflake charm here. By the way, we have finally warmed up. I think we're finally past winter. But this is what I was showing in my winter charms recent video when Charlie was attacking my other winter charm, the puffy cherries here. Also in silver. It's, oh, Charlie, let go. Oh. And I think that I just kind of like this cascading effect because I found another cascading Coach charm here, And this is older. I don't know what year this was originally made. Handbags coming down, and it has a little pink coach tag up here in the corner. I think it is so cute. So which charms are we talking about? We're talking about the charms in the petite H section on the website. So I'm going to tell you which charm I got, and then I'll show you the unboxing and show you which colors I actually got. Because when you look on the website, you can see that the color is a mystery. Each petite H is unique. The patterns and the colors of your product will be a surprise. So that makes it extra fun, let's say, also a little extra mysterious. I really liked how they phrased this on the website, especially the last sentence here. At Petite H, you don't choose the color chooses you. And another cool thing about these charms are that they are a great example of sustainability within this brand. So the pieces of leather are scraps, and the way that they attach to a bag is with a scrap of silk. So really making use of, you know, Hermes's best known products with their silks and their leathers. Okay, so the first charm that I wanted is the apple and leaf charm. So many of you know that I'm a teacher. I come from a family of teachers. My mom and dad are retired teachers. My brother's a teacher. He married a teacher. I married a teacher. We were married in a one-room schoolhouse. So it's a teacher thing. I love the symbolism of apples for teachers. So I definitely wanted to get the apple charm. And what I didn't know is if the apple and leaf would be the same color, or they might be different colors like the one pictured here on the website. So on the website, they're showing some examples with a red apple. I can't tell if it's green or dark blue leaf. Another example is a red apple with a brown leaf. And then there's a red apple with a pink leaf. And there might be different color combinations altogether. So I was excited to see which one actually came in the box. The other charm that I ordered is the magnolia charm. This one I thought was so playful and fun. It kind of reminds me of a pinwheel. And again, the color is a mystery. There are two colors in this charm. There's like the background petals, and then there's the foreground petals. And in the examples they show on the website, they're contrasting colors. All these combinations are so fun. So I was very curious to see what color combination that I might get. And this magnolia charm has a special story that I'll read to you real quick here. Blooming magnolias mark the arrival of spring, filling the New York City streets with white petals. The magnolia flower, quintessentially known as the symbol of new life, has been reimagined in the celebration of the Hermes.com 20th anniversary. This limited edition charm is a playful take on a bag accessory featured in bold blocks of colors. These pieces were created by utilizing recycled materials from Hermes workshops, combining several types of leather to create light and colorful petals. The magnolia flower swirls and dances around the handle of the bag, on a door, or on a keyring as it playfully reveals its various colors. Okay, so now that you know what I've ordered, let me show you the unboxing footage so that you can see exactly which combinations I got, and then I'll show you what they look like on my bag. That very fun and playful packaging detail where they had these little dogs on the ribbons. Do you see how the ribbons go through here? And I just thought that was so playful. Another example of them using their leather scraps for other purposes. Okay, I'm just going to use the box here as a background so that I hope you can see the details a little bit better. At first I couldn't tell if this leaf was dark green or dark blue, but I think that it's exact same color as the back of the apple, and you can see that blue a little bit better here. And let me just move this down. Now you can see the silk cord also has some red in it as well. And I really like these cords because they are very versatile. They can work with almost any style bag. You don't necessarily have to have hardware. You can just wrap it around the handle. And this design is very similar to this charm. This is, by the way, this is my bag of the day. This is the vintage Coach bridal bag from 1998, and I was using the Heritage charm, which is available on the Coach website now. But it has the same idea with a cord, or in this case, like 2 pieces of leather that wrap around that you can just go like, you know, inside out like this. You don't have to have hardware to attach. If you watched my last video, you might have remembered that I was thinking about moving this hang tag around, and I moved it from the hardware here to actually hang on to the leather part of the charm, and I like that a lot better. So since we're talking about like charms today, I just wanted to show you that that is the same design. I'm really liking this way of attaching charms to bags. Okay, so speaking of attaching charms to bags, this is how it would look on my Birkin. It's a very striking contrast. Here's that blue so that you can see it compared to cobalt. And I think it's fun, I think it's cute, but I might prefer this on a different color bag, so let me show you. So I thought I would try it here on my Marc Jacobs bag. So I take this bag into work quite often, so it's my teacher bag. I think that having an apple on my teacher bag makes a lot of sense, and I like the contrast on this denim blue a little bit better than on my cobalt. Okay, so I thought I also might try it on my Henry's bag. So this is a Henry's crossbody bag. Of course, it has a similar shape to the Hermes Evelyn, but see how that's just like fun and casual, just a pop of fun color there. So I was so pleased to get this neutral color combination here. And so this is what it looked like when I first unboxed it, but it has this pinwheel effect where you can actually move it around and get it in a position that you like. I think that is so cool. Oh, by the way, there are still some stickers on here on the hardware. They're taking off that front one. And yeah, there's also a little sticker here on the back piece of hardware. That's also really pretty on the back if you were to turn the charm around. So that's a dark blue color with brown accent. So I was just going to twirl that around there to give a little more visual interest. And now I'll give you a close-up so you can see what that looks like. Here we go. I think that is so adorably cute. It's so playful and whimsical. I love the contrast of these neutrals. So it's like a creamy beige and then a darker brown behind it. I love how that looks.